Welcome to my podcast season 1 Empower Talk, the gateway to a more empowered and enriched life. Empower Talk is not just a podcast, it's a transformative journey where I compelling the success stories. So, in today's episode, I have invited a very special guest. Before I introduce about her, let me talk something about me. Well, my name is Arpita Chatterjee, and I have embarked my professional career at the age of 19 years on a very low profile, that is receptionist. And eventually, I reached a position of business head. And today, my name has also been nominated for the vice president position. So for last 3 years, I have learned from eminent life coaches, and now I've become a certified mindset and life coach. And my niche is very simple yet powerful. That is to raise an energy and confidence. So my today's very special guest of this podcast is Miss Pratibha. Thank you so much, Pratibha, to join my podcast today. How are you doing, dear?
Thank you. I'm doing great. How about you?
Fabulous. Okay, so before we start our conversation, let me talk something about Pratibha. Pratibha is a very lively person and has a lot of confidence and zeal. And as a profession, is she is an educator and also a seeker by soul. And she teach and guide in the classroom, and she's also walking her own path of self discovery, learning to heal, grow, and align with her truth. And she is also evolving into a life coach devoted to helping others awaking their inner wisdom and live with clarity, courage, and peace. What a wonderful and beautiful intro, Pratibha, about you that I have shared. And now I just want to know more about your journey, that how, like, you are evolving as a from educator to as a life coach.
Thank you so much, Arpita, for such a beautiful introduction. And yes, I'll add more into it. Um, by profession, I am an educator. My spiritual journey started 2 years back when I was going through a rough time of my life. That time, I had no other option but to come in spirituality. So, spirituality was my last option. So then I came into spirituality, energies, healing, and all that. I met my mentor, and it was a very cosmic meet. It was planned by universe. So I met her. She taught me lot of things, manifestations, healing. I did lots of healing, and then after 2 years, I'm sitting in front of you as a coach, not professionally, but yes, an aspiring coach, and who will be healing others very soon. So yeah, this is how I'm evolving, and I'm very much excited to this. So let's.
Wonderful. And the listeners who are going to watch this podcast, I would love to share that we both have a student of same mentor, that is Miss Ritu Agarwal. She is a fabulous mentor, awesome energy, and she's an energy coach. That's the reason you can see our energy also been always been very optimistic and positive. So Pratibha, it was wonderful to hear your journey.
Yeah.
And as you said that, of course, what I feel that your story is like fear to faith. Like you are fearful in some point of time because of your bad, gone through your tough time, but then you have been overcome because you have surrendered yourself and because of the faith. So I really wanted to understand that what
Yeah.
does this faith personally mean to you? Is it about belief, trust, surrender, or something deeper?
For me, faith came from my fear. I used to be a very anxious person. From childhood only, I was so much into overthinking, trying to control the future, always worried, always restless. I was that kind of person. I was never happy. Although I was a achiever, always coming first, always achieving things, but never happy. So my faith started my faith started growing from my fear. And at certain level, my fear came to a threshold point where I had no option but to turn it into faith. So after that threshold point, after that certain point, I surrendered everything to the God, because I could not control my future. I was not able to, control my outcomes. That time, I just surrendered in front of Krishna and said, "Now you handle everything. Uh, I'm not able to control things. Now I'm feeling helpless." And that time, I completely surrendered in front of Krishna, and then this is how my fear turned into faith. So for me, faith is a deep belief in yourself that no matter how tough situations are going, no matter how helpless you are feeling, there is a divine power, there is a energy, higher energy, that is always guiding you towards your best version. Right? So fear, according to me, faith is a deep belief in yourself that whatever is happening to you right now is for your highest good. Right?
Wonderful.
So for me, this is faith.
Amazing, and I'm completely agree with you that faith is all about that. You have that faith, whether it's a good or bad, but you have a faith that yes, of course, it will be happen. Like same, like we are going in a restaurant and we order the food. After that, we'll never get impatient that why not food is coming. We know that in certain time the food will come in on our table. The same like
Yeah.
faith, like same like surrender. That's very
Yeah.
beautifully you said that whether it's good or bad, you have to surrender with the hope that whatever is happening happening for our highest good. So as you are educator, like as you have already taking classes for the student, so what do you feel that once you start developing this faith, so as an educator, how has this spiritual growth influenced the way you are connecting with your student now as compared to the previous when you are not been in this evolving as a coach?
Yeah, yes. This is a beautiful question, because my spiritual journey is impacting my students too much. Earlier, I used to be a very irritated kind of teacher who was just trying to pour knowledge. ऐसे क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं, ऐसे क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं बच्चे? They should perform. I was more into performance, but
Right.
now I'm more into understanding their emotional growth. I just connect to them emotionally. When a student is not performing, or when a student is trying to trying to hide in class, I just try to understand what emotions are going on in that student. I just try to connect them emotionally. So after my spiritual journey started, I became more empathetic towards my students. Now I just if अगर कोई बच्चा क्लास में छुपने की कोशिश कर रहा है, तो मैं उसे बुलाती हूँ. आई टॉक टू दैट स्टूडेंट. आई जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, and I try to heal their heart basically. If one
Right.
line I say, after coming in my after coming in spirituality, I have started healing their heart rather than pouring knowledge. So
Wonderful.
so when they feel emotionally safe with their teacher, they open up easily. And when they open up easily, then I easily get the point where they are weak. So when they're I hope you're getting my point, what I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to say.
absolutely. I'm getting your point. That is basically,
Yeah.
I think that if all the human being can also start thinking the way you start thinking, that without any judgment. Like generally, it's a very natural phenomena that we judge people very
Right.
easily, right? Because we don't have that kind of mindset that we can accept the person as he is. So that's the reason we're
Right.
judging person, and when you are judging, we always we are always except we have always pretending that we know that person, but we could not able to connect with that person. So that exactly what you're saying, that now you started connecting with with your students, and students are also welcoming you with an open heart rather than just treating you as a teacher. So that's maybe
Right.
they feel you as a best friend, which they could not able to
Yeah.
communicate with their parents or anyone else, but they can share with you and very freely. So that definitely
Yes.
I feel, and that's a wonderful relation that you have, make a bond with your students. That's a really a
Yes.
great thing. So as you know that, when you are in this kind of mindset, like not been evolving, then obviously I have seen that many people feel stuck between the logic and faith. So how can one balance practical thinking with spiritual trust, according to you?
Logic and faith, it's very tricky thing. Logic and faith both go hand in hand, both go parallelly. If something is low, then things will not work in a certain way.
Right.
Like, masculine and feminine energies, both should be balanced. When someone starts sets a goal and starts taking actions for that goal, and with that, if that person is trying to control the outcome, कि outcome ऐसा होना चाहिए, outcome मेरे हिसाब से आना चाहिए, in that case, that person might get stressed.
Right.
बिकॉज आउटकम कैसे भी आ सकता है, हो सकता है कभी हमारा आउटकम हमारे हिसाब से नहीं आए. सो इन दैट केस थिंग्स विल नॉट वर्क इन अ सर्टेन वे. बट logic and faith, if you have set certain goals, you are taking actions for that goal, and you have a deep faith
Mm.
that whatever will happen for my highest good. You have deep faith in the universe. So if in that case, at the end of the day, you will be happy and you will be giving your best. Like, your masculine and feminine energy both are balanced in this case, and this is how things work.
Amazing.
Because
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely, you are right that everyone want to manifest a lot of things, abundance, good fortune, but they are still thinking in a logical way. And that's
right.
absolutely right that, as you said, that when you have a faith, then only when you surrender, then only you can start manifesting. You can't manifest if you have a logical mind, and that is something that you have shared with us
Yes.
now. Okay, so
I just want to share something more.
yeah, yeah, please.
Yeah, I just वी से ना कि जब हम कोई गोल बनाते हैं, हम उसके लिए एक्शंस लेते हैं, तो फॉरगेट व्हाट विल बी द आउटकम, फॉरगेट हाउ विल इट हैपन, जस्ट release it to the universe. You just set goal, take action, and forget, move ahead. This is how things manifest. So we should have a faith that things gonna work in a certain way. We are not going to how it will happen and all that. That faith is very important if you want to succeed in your life,
Yes, absolutely. How
right?
it happened, that is not in our hand, but it will happen definitely. That belief
Yeah.
we should have for manifestation. Okay, so Pratibha, we have done a lot of serious talk. Let's do some fun activity. Let's do some rapid fire round. Okay, I'll ask you some question that you can need to give in a very quick answer and in a one word answer, not like very
Yeah.
descriptive answer. Okay, so
Yes.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Okay. So one word that describe you today.
And black coffee.
Ah, good. One word that
Yeah.
describe you today.
Fearless.
Amazing. And morning ritual you can't skip.
Breathing exercise.
Wonderful. One thing that instantly lift your energy.
Breathing.
Yes. Your go to mantra when fear strike.
Ho'oponopono.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. I thank you.
Wonderful. If fear had a face, how would you describe it?
Fear had a face. How would I describe it? I need a good hug.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, fate to you is complete a sentence.
Krishna.
Beautiful. Okay, teaching or coaching, which feels more like home?
Coaching.
Wonderful. One habit you want to cultivate this year.
Surrender. Deep surrender. Already I have surrendered, but I want to go into deep, very deep.
Wonderful. So describe your journey from fear to faith in 3 words.
From fear to faith. I love myself. I don't know
Okay.
it describes or not, but this is something I just keep, it keeps running inside me. I love myself.
Yes, that's amazing. It is a very quickly you have given answer, and answers are also so beautiful. And that you have ended the answer that love yourself. That is something also I believe that everyone should learn, and that is possible only when you have that faith on yourself. Because when you trust yourself, then only you can start trusting other, and you can trust yourself when you have trust
Yeah.
with Almighty. That Pratibha has wonderfully said that connection, that divine connection. So, Pratibha, my next question to you is that
Yes.
as you are evolving as an educator as well as a coach, so how do you plan to guide others who are struggling with fear, especially those new to self work or the healing journey?
Okay. So, although I have not started yet professionally, but I keep talking to people around me who are struggling with the fear, anxiety. I see every next person is going through fear, anxiety. This is what I have seen, and they don't even know that life is so much in autopilot mode. They don't even know that they are struggling from anxiety. And that is the saddest part, I would say. When you have awareness that you are going through this thing, then you will be easily cope up with that thing, right? So I think awareness, if I have a chance to heal people around me, I just um, I would start with giving them more and more awareness about their emotions. This is what I do now also in my students also. I just I myself keep writing my emotions every 1 to 2 hours. I just, whenever I feel fearful, I just write my emotions. What am I feeling? I'm feeling restless, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I just write these emotions and I just then release it. Since I have done lot of practice, certain techniques, EFT, Ho'oponopono, deep breathing and all that, so it's very easy for me to release the emotions faster. But people who are not into the healing, they don't even know that they are going through anxiety. For them, awareness is the first step, and once they are aware, that is the end of the story, by the way. If someone is aware, then things are done. After that, they will slowly and gradually they will learn how to release it. But first step is awareness. That is the most important step,
Yes, amazing.
right?
Because most of the time we have heard that people are doing overthinking, and that absolutely right. That when you are overthinking, the moment you say, do some anchoring, like stop. I can't. I don't want to. I just want to think that why I'm overthinking. You just questioning yourself, the self questioning. Then also automatically lot of answers you automatically get, and then of course the moment you are in aware, you
Yeah,
start accepting people. But if you are not in aware mode, of course you can't
yeah.
accept that beautiful.
And journaling helps beautifully in this method. I have a diary. I always keep that diary with me, and whenever the thoughts like anxiety, overthinking, I start doing all those things, I just write down. Now I am overthinking, and right after that my overthinking stops. This is a magical thing. But we procrastinate, actually. People procrastinate. ये कैसे काम करेगा, ऐसे कैसे हो जाएगा? तो बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव अवेयरनेस, वो उस लूप में फंस जाते हैं. सिंस वी हैव डन लॉट्स ऑफ प्रैक्टिसेस, वी आर able to come out of that loop. This is the
Right.
difference.
Right. So you just
Yeah.
I just want to ask you that, as you said that of course you have that you are practicing. Fear is something that's very natural. Of course, everyone has that fear, and fear and overwhelming also is like, you can say that bhai ben, right? The moment we get fear, we sometimes we get overwhelming also. So, what do you
Right.
feel that that how do this, your own faith, like strong faith can, it will really practice when life feels overwhelming. Like, if you're fearful or overwhelming, what are the things that is you can do instantly that you start believing on the faith? Like surrender is fine. Anything else that you feel that that is very important to do?
Um, when you are fearful, when I am fearful, whenever I get fearful, I just do deep breathing. That is, that is my go-to technique. Do box breathing. So this is what I have, my mentor had taught me. But if someone don't know the box breathing, simply deep breathing, deep inhale and exhale. Do this 8 to 10 counts and you will instantly, your nervous system will feel calm and relaxed.
Right. Yeah.
So
Box
yes,
breathing
this
is
is the
very.
magical technique. Yeah.
Yes, the box breathing is very easy. I think in the count of five, we need to inhale and you need to exhale. We need to inhale, then hold, and then exhale. So that's basically a box breathing. That's a wonderful
Yeah.
thing that you said. So, Pratibha, any message that you would like to give to all the listener who are going to watch this podcast? Anything that you want to send a message, especially those who are in a anxiety or in a fearful or this kind of state of mind, that low state of mind? Any message that you want to give?
Okay. So I just want to give a beautiful message. I have always whenever I was fearful, I was feeling anxious, I felt like I am not in my body. My soul is my I was not in my senses. There was a time in life when I was not even my senses. So for them, those people who are going through that kind of fear, I just want to say them that make your fear your friend. Your fear is actually your friend. Just hold its hands and try to learn what your fear is trying to teach you, right? Start journaling all the emotions what you are feeling when you are feeling your fear, like anxiety, overwhelming emotions, and restlessness, right? All the emotions, and then figure out what this fear is trying to teach you. Is this trying to teach you patience, or what? You just try to figure it out and learn from it. And your fear is just trying to teach you that you have some area in your life that is not loved. So
Mm.
love yourself, give some more love to yourself. And yeah, this is what I am trying to tell, that your fear is your teacher. Just love it and figure out where the love is missing in your life.
Beautiful, beautiful, Pratibha. You are really, it's amazing that if you can, if you change your thought process, how beautiful this world is, right? Otherwise, we only like if कोई कुछ बोल देता है, हम उस चीज को कोल्ड वॉर में इतना लंबा लंबा खींच लेते
Right.
हैं, कितने दिन will never talk, and maybe suddenly that person die, and after that we'll regret that if you could able to share our feelings, our true feeling to that person. So that is something is very very beautifully you have explained that, instead of fear, instead of overwhelming, instead of judging, make that person or make yourself first of all the friend, and then automatically you can make others also accept other also in a beautiful way, or friend, make a friendship with that person. That is amazing. So thank you so much, Pratibha, for joining my podcast. I really enjoyed talking
Thank
with
you.
you, and I'm sure that those who are going to watch this podcast, they will also not only enjoy but also learn. You have shared a lot of nuggets, which is really, if it's not about only listening but about implementation. That is something is very important. That is only we both have learned from our mentor Ritu Agarwal, that we have to implement it every moment, whatever you are learning. So thank you
Yeah.
so much. Anything else you want to share with us which you have missed? So please feel free to share it.
I think we have covered all the fear and faith part. I would say just learn to surrender to divine. Start connecting yourself to the God. That is the best thing to release your fear, because when you have you have the skill to surrender yourself, then half of the things are done, right? बिकॉज हमारे दिमाग में बहुत सारी चीजें चलती हैं, हमें ये करना है, ये करना है, बट वेन वी सरेंडर टू द डिवाइन कि जो हम कर रहे हैं इट इज गाइडेड बाय गॉड, तो देन थिंग्स आर वेरी इजी एंड हमारा फियर एकदम से खत्म हो जाता है. सो
Yes.
या दिस इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And thank you so much once again, Pratibha. It was wonderful having a very beautiful conversation with you. Thank you
थैंक
so
यू.
much, dear.
थैंक यू.